Howdy folks, we're being productive today. Pretty well got the drive line situated. You can maybe see right here this black ring around the telescoping part. That's where the seal of the transmission used to ride. I moved it out just a little bit, but this has room to collapse inward as the rear axle bounces around. And I got the spring hangers bolted on, so right now it's actually sitting on the axle, and the transmission is running in a pretty good line. At the tail end of it might be just a little bit off to the side, but it's a heck of a lot better than it was. And we're looking pretty centered on there. You know, nothing binding up. It feels nice. And still got that little bit of wobble in there, but I think I'm just going to have to deal with it. One thing I was thinking though is take and slice on both sides, on the top and the bottom. Make a slice just as thin as I can, and then go around this thing with an exhaust clamp or something similar, and maybe that would suck that onto there, make it real tight so it wouldn't wobble around. I don't know, I'm still thinking about that. I don't know. I think this might be a casting though, and I'd hate to do that and then have it just frickin' shatter. So that's that. I know these suckers are usually riveted on, these spring hangers, and it might not be a great idea to bolt them, but then again, I remember plenty of Ford Rangers where the spring shackles and hangers would just completely rot away, and instead of giving you new rivets, they just had bolts that you'd throw on there right with the hanger, you know. So I'm figuring that this ought to be okay. I do have one more hole that I got to get on each side, and to do that I got to unbolt this spring hanger and then take the bolt out of here and let the spring loose. I'm gonna have to jack it up again, of course. Get the spring out of my way, because right there you can see you're not getting a drill in there unless you somehow go through from the inside, but I'm not that talented, so I'm gonna have to go at it from the outside. And I've just been taking a 1/2 inch drill bit and running it right through the holes, and it's been working out pretty damn good. What I did, since I don't have rivets, I do have these nice shoulder bolts, and right here, the shank, the shoulder, or whatever you want to call it, that is 1/2 inch. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not a press fit like I'd want. So in time, it's probably gonna wiggle and wear those holes out, and maybe even shear the bolts off. I'm thinking that I'll put a tack weld here and one over here as a telltale. That way, you know, I can take a look at them every once in a while, and if either or one of those welds is cracked, then I'll know that this spring hanger has shifted, and I'll have to ream those holes out and make up some rivets and do it properly. But and yeah, I could weld this whole thing on, but I don't want to do a whole bunch of welding on a frame, even though it looks like they have been anyhow. I mean, you got welds all over the place on this thing, and that's from the factory, but I don't know. Not really a good idea if you're not running just the right heat and doing it just their way and all that, you know. So I'm not gonna bother welding them things on. I'll get that final hole and get another bolt in. That'll be that. I still got the shocks. That'll be 4 more holes, and I have this rear sway bar looking type of thing. That'll be 6 more holes, and I'd like to try and get the parking brake working as well, so that'll be 2 more holes. So I got some holes to drill, I got to work on this front mount. Like right here, you can see where I'm cutting. Now that's not a good thing to have right there, that sharp corner. That's a high stress area. And over here, I got a hole. that wasn't on purpose. That just happened to be in the piece of plate that I cut. So I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to come across this corner with something, plug that hole, do a plug weld on that or some crap. Make myself up a rear mount. Drill a bunch of holes, and hopefully by then I should be ready to try this thing out. Well, I gotta hack the rear end off too. Jesus mighty, I don't need that anymore. The other day I was standing on it and bouncing on the rear bumper. I can just about get those front wheels to come off the ground. But I was doing that to see if those bolts would shear off or not, and I was really getting her rocking and rolling, and it seems to be holding pretty good. Get the parking brake working. I'm gonna have to shorten this cable way up somehow. I'll think that over. I'll come up with something stupid to get that working. It's real damn handy having a parking brake instead of having to rely on your parking gear or get out and chuck a block under the wheel or something like that. You just pull the damn parking brake, and that's nice when that'll hold it. And no, that's pretty well it. That's what I've been up to today. Just pissing with this thing, and so far so good. Thanks for watching.